Every item in this bucket was growing in the garden. And every item in this bucket contains the seeds for a new plant of that same kind of plant it came from. When you just glance at this flower bush, where there's a beautiful monarch pollinating it, do you see any seeds? But then as we get closer, we can see this dried up flower that shook really hard in the wind. All of these are the seed pods that would spread throughout the garden or the wild. How did this tiny piece of amaranth, tiny plant of amaranth, get here in the garden? I didn't plant it, but last year there was amaranth growing in that bed on that side of the garden. And when the wind blew really hard, lots of amaranth seeds spread throughout the garden and caused new amaranth plants to grow this year. This is a plant called sorghum. Can you see the seeds? When it was planted, there was only one plant of sorghum, but now there's so many plants. And there's even a tall one all the way over here. How did it get there? Well, with these little seed pods, when the wind blows and shakes it really hard, the seeds fall. The plant falls. We can see the seed pods fall out, create new plants. Here are some strawberry bushes. I see some strawberries. Do you see the seeds? There they are on the outside. When an animal or a human eats this strawberry, the seeds go through their body and come out the other side. Or when the strawberry decomposes, the seeds decompose into the soil to make new strawberry plants. Look at those little ants crawling around. Here's a tomato plant. How many tomatoes can you see? Do you see any seeds on this plant? Maybe they're inside the leaves. I don't think so. Maybe they're inside a flower. I don't think so. Maybe they're inside a tomato. Look at how many seeds are inside this tomato. They could make so many more tomato plants. The tomato is the fruit of this bush. Here's an old bean plant growing on the fence. You can see some green beans and some dried out white beans. Inside of the dried out white beans are these dried out beans, which are the seeds of the plant. When the bean pod dries out and the beans get too big to hold inside, they pop out and spread their seeds. If there's 4 seeds inside this one bean pod, imagine how many seeds this plant produced. Here we have this little clover. When you see it growing among the mint, do you see any seeds? Well, actually, these are all little seed pods that have these little hooks that grab on and travel on clothes or on fur, and then they're planted in new places to grow new clover plants.